get rid of these cigarettes.
So yeah, I get rid of that stuff.
Hey everyone, this is Pavlina from Pavlina's Kids Place. I'm on location in Ocala, Florida.
Yeah, we're gonna turn this off.
Right?
Yeah, we're gonna turn up some lights for you, Pavlina. There we go. Perfect.
Better?
Yes.
Cool.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Got it.
Hey everyone, this is Pavlina from Pavlina's Kids Place. I'm on location in Ocala, Florida at the Ocala Entertainment Complex with singer and songwriter Uncle Kracker. Hello.
How are you, Pavlina?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing alright. Fine, sunny Florida, fine day.
Yeah, okay, good. So I read in your bio that you started out in the music business as a DJ, sort of on the fly being a DJ for Kid Rock. Were you scared when you first started, and how did you go from being a DJ into doing an album?
I was extremely scared starting out. However, when I was DJing for Kid Rock he had all the weight on his shoulders. So I was just in the back DJing, so I didn't have to be as afraid as he was.
Yeah.
So just because he carried a lot of the load. So but I was always nervous, always scared, and but you're scared because you're 20 years old and you're running around the country on tour trying to sell records to people you don't know why you're selling records to. And so it was scary. It was really scary, but Kid Rock and I are best friends, and we've always written songs together, and we've always played around together. And when I made the transition from being Kid Rock's DJ into making my own solo records, it was kind of Kid Rock's idea to get me my own record deal, so that I would put out my own records. And so Kid Rock actually got me my first record deal. And so I just kind of made the transition. It was a slow transition. I mean, I had my first record out, but I was still DJing for Kid Rock. And but well, thank goodness it turned out pretty good. But in the end, it was just that was the transition. I kind of didn't really have a lot of options at the time. So that's how I ended up going from DJing for Kid Rock to making my own records.
Okay, cool. So while growing up in Michigan, how did that impact your music?
I don't know how familiar you are with Michigan, but Michigan's where I grew up in Detroit. We lived and died by the car industry. Everybody in Detroit builds cars, like Ford, General Motors, Chrysler, stuff like that. So where I grew up is a very blue-collar, hard-working town, and Detroit's a very proud city. Everyone's proud of what they do, and proud to have a job, and proud to be a part of, making cars for one of the big three companies. And so I think that the impact that it had the most on my music was just there's a blue collar thing by heart that never goes away, and there's a pride, there's a proud thing that never goes away. So I think that's how it's impacted me the most. It's just being proud of where you come from, being proud of what you do, and there's a hard work ethic. I think that's impacted me as well. But I think the most impact has been from just being proud of who you are and where you come from.
Yeah, okay, good. So growing up, kids have different tough situations they have to deal with and overcome. As a kid, what tough stuff was like for you, and how did you overcome or deal with it?
I think, probably the toughest thing to overcome, and I see a lot of it now, is just being bullied around as a kid.
Yeah.
And I was always kind of, I don't want to say I was bullied a lot, but I was made fun of a lot. And that as a kid is really tough to deal with and overcome. And I don't know if I've ever really gotten over it, but I think just as you get older, you just deal with it. And sure, your parents are always telling you, like, don't worry about it, who cares, who are they, and stuff like that, but it doesn't feel like that when you're a kid.
Yeah.
But I think growing up, one of the toughest things was just being made fun of, because kids can be mean. Kids can be really, really mean. And I think as I got older, I just maybe swept it under the rug a little bit. I learned a lot how to not care about other people that talk like that. So I think that was one of my obstacles growing up, was just being made fun of.
Okay. So you have 3 daughters. Do they do anything with music yet, or like work with you?
They don't work with me. All 3 of my kids love music. They're all learning how to try to play instruments. Just on their own. I never tried to tell them to do it. But all 3 of them love music. They love singing. They love different types of music, which is what I'm most happy about, is that they like all kinds. So, but no, they don't work with me. Obviously, they go to school, so it's tough for them. They can't come out and hang with me because they're busy in school. But I think I hope they don't get into music. but I hope they do whatever they want to do. And if that's music, then I'll be happy.
Okay, cool. So you did a mashup song with Kid Rock. What is a mashup song?
A mashup song is where you take a song we're just taking one song and mashing it into another one. So you take a song, then you take a completely different song and just mash them together to make one song. Usually those songs will sound similar to start with, but yeah, mashup is basically what it says. It's just they mash it right together to make one song out of 2 or maybe 3.
Okay.
DJs, when DJs are mixing and doing their things, mixing is basically kind of mashing a song together. But it sounds funny, but it's just mashing it together.
Yes. Okay, cool. Singing and songwriting with a lot of other country and rock artists, is there like one funny time that makes you like really happy when you think of it?
Wait, say that again.
So like singing and songwriting with a lot of different like country and rock artists. Is there one like funny time that always makes you happy when you think about it?
I love singing. I love playing around, and I love writing. So I can't say that there's one specific time that sticks out. Let me think. I just have a lot of fun anytime I can be a part of doing something with music. So there's not one time that fully sticks out. Just doing music for so long, every time, once in a while you'll do something like, I don't know, so starting out with Kid Rock, you think like, we grew up, when Kid Rock and I were kids, we grew up listening to like Run DMC and older rap groups and stuff. So as time went on and we started making records, and we met Run DMC. So to us, it was like, oh, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. And just when you think it can't get any better than that, something else will happen. So it's just like, it's the whole like, I don't know if you've ever heard the quote, happiness is a journey, not a destination.
Yeah.
Great quote, by the way. But that's almost what it's like doing music stuff, because you'll do something really awesome, and then you'll think, it can't get any better than that. And then 2 weeks later, you'll find yourself on tour and doing something with somebody else, and somebody else come up and be like, you know what? That's what this is all about. So there's not really one time that sticks out in my mind. However, meeting Hank Williams Jr. was a big memorable experience for myself. I met him years ago, and he was always somebody that I looked up to. So that's one thing I'll never forget, is meeting Hank Williams Jr. Mainly because he was everything that I thought he was going to be, and he wasn't mean, and he wasn't mean, and he wasn't it wasn't a letdown. So he was really that was really cool, and that's always fun when that happens. When you meet somebody that you idolized as a kid, and you meet him and they turn out to be a good dude, that's the most memorable.
Yes, okay. When I interview people, like sometimes I'll think, oh, they might not be that nice. Like I interviewed Big Time Rush, and I wasn't sure if they'd be very, stuck up or anything. But because some people said like they did a meet and greet or something and they weren't that nice. So I was sort of prejudged, but not really. And then I would get to know them. They're always really nice. So
most people, what I found out is that I don't know, you gotta be pretty laid back or open-minded, I guess, to have anything to do with music. I'm sure you're a really open-minded person, just doing a radio station and doing what you're doing now. You gotta be open-minded. And we all prejudge a little bit. There's no doubt about it. But I think in the end, most people that have something to do with music usually end up being pretty easygoing and laid back. A lot of times I find out, like, I'll hear from somebody like, oh, so-and-so, they're a jerk, or they're this or that. And it turns out that they probably weren't really a jerk. Maybe they just didn't say or do something